There are basically two ways to farm on this planet, and the difference between them shapes everything from a country's economy to a single family's daily life. Subsistence agriculture means you grow food to feed your own household. Commercial agriculture means you grow food to sell on a market. That sounds simple, but AP Human Geography Unit 5 turns this single distinction into some of the most tested questions on the entire exam because it touches development, trade, labor, and rural settings. Subsistence farming dominates much of South Asia, Southeast Asia, and Sub-Saharan Africa. A family works a small plot of land, often less than a few acres, using mostly human and animal labor instead of machines. They grow staple crops, they eat themselves, with maybe a small surplus to barter or sell locally. The system supports the household first, the market second, and graders want you to identify it by the small scale, low mechanization, and household consumption pattern. Commercial agriculture dominates the United States, Canada, Western Europe, Australia, and Brazil. A single farm can stretch across thousands of acres, run by a small staff using massive machinery, with crops sold to processors, supermarkets, and global export markets. The system is built around scale, technology, capital investment, and integration into commodity chains. When you see a stem describing high mechanization, large fields, or distant markets, that is always commercial agriculture. 5 differences come up over and over on the AP exam. Scale, where subsistence is small and commercial is massive. Purpose, where subsistence feeds families and commercial feeds markets. Labor, where subsistence is people-heavy and commercial is machine-heavy. Technology, where subsistence uses simple tools and commercial uses advanced equipment. And location, where subsistence concentrates in developing regions and commercial concentrates in developed ones. Always pair each difference with a geographic example. The reason this distinction matters so much for AP Human Geography is that the world map of subsistence versus commercial farming basically mirrors the world map of development. Wealthier countries shifted to commercial agriculture decades or centuries ago, freeing labor to move into cities and industry. Poorer countries still rely heavily on subsistence because capital, infrastructure, and markets are limited. Graders reward students who connect agricultural type to economic development directly. The biggest trap on this topic is treating subsistence as primitive or inferior to commercial. It is not. Wet rice subsistence systems in monsoon Asia are highly sophisticated, intensive, and ecologically tuned. They are different tools for different conditions. The FRQ move is to define both systems clearly, give one geographic example of each, explain at least 2 structural differences, and finish with a connection to economic development or food security. That is a 5-point answer every time.
You can drill 20 flashcards and 8 AP-style practice questions on subsistence versus commercial agriculture in under 15 minutes using the link below. That is the difference between a 3 and a 5. Subscribe for new AP videos every week.